Do you need a fast track to get more listings? Let's talk about it. Okay, you've heard it time and time again. You list, you last. You list, you last. But how am I supposed to get these listings? Okay, I know that I am not the only one who has thought this, because you're looking at your pipeline and you know, especially with all the changes, that being in the seat of the listing agent is the seat that you want to be in. But how are you going to do that? And you need to do it now. So I'm going to go over a couple of ways with you that you put some diligent effort behind each one of these strategies, then I promise you, you will start to see your listing pipeline build up. I'm Rosemary Lewis, your real estate bestie, and I help women in real estate build a business and a life they love. And you know what I love when I'm building my life? More listings. So let's talk about how to get them fast. Now, the very first one, friend, it is dun 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 dun, that expired list and calling canceled, for sale by owners, all of those. I know. You thought that I was going to tell you something way different, but guess what? I am not reinventing the wheel here. Success leaves clues, and here is a clue. If someone has previously raised their hand to say, hey, I am looking to sell my house, and it hasn't sold for whatever reason, then we already know that they are motivated and they are ready to go. So there are so many resources that you can use, and I'm going to encourage you to check them out, like do some research with your brokerage to figure out which ones are the best. Now, when it comes to accessing these numbers and these expired lists, okay, you can do the paid ones. I know like RedX is one that people use. Sometimes your title company is able to support you with this. Or you know what? You saw what houses were on the market. Go on over there and actually door knock the homes. But going to the houses and having conversations with the people who previously, again, have already demonstrated, right? They were already on market. Their home was already available for sale. We just need to figure out, are they still interested in selling? What was their goal, right? What were they trying to do? If the home would have sold, where would they have gone? And how are you going to be the one to help them get to that goal? But if you want to fill your listing pipeline fast, I'm going to encourage you to spend a couple of hours each day really digging and going after those people who are expired, who are canceled, for sale by owners. Like, that is where there will be a lot of gold to fill your listing pipeline. Here's another one. This one, it can feel slow, but once you start rolling, it can feel fast. And that is to consistently be farming your neighborhood. I am very big on, you know what, making sure that I am consistently showing my neighbors, not only demonstrating market knowledge, but demonstrating knowledge about the area, keeping them up to date with what's happening with values, keeping them up to date with the buyer profiles who are interested in our homes or in our neighborhood. Becoming that go-to real estate bestie is exactly what you want to do for all of the people in your neighborhood. Now, this one is a little bit more of a long game to get started, but what I have found is that the more that I pour into my neighborhood, and this is where I'm reinvesting a lot of my marketing dollars, then it is creating consistency, right, in terms of always having listings in the neighborhood. So if you don't know where to get started, right, you have no idea exactly where to start farming or how to start showing value, listen, try to do open houses in the neighborhood. Have conversations. Start going on walks with neighbors. It's really about developing and deepening relationships. And the more that you can get in front of people, I feel like I say this every single time, so I'm blue in the face, but the more you can get in front of people, the more that you can have real life conversations, the more you're going to be able to position yourself as the expert to help them. So I have found that really being intentional about how you're pouring into the people right where you live will be a gold mine as it relates to becoming the go-to listing agent in the area. Here is another one. Make sure that you are getting in front of, staying in front of, and having consistent conversations with your sphere of influence and your past clients. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but baby, start picking up the phone and don't let like your normal rhetoric, like what you think will happen for people, don't let that get in the way of calling them and just keeping them up to date on what's happening in their homes. I cannot tell you how many people, because I stayed in front of them, you never would have told me that they would have been ready to sell the house or relocate or go to a different area in 1 or 2 years, but it happens every single day. And unfortunately, a lot of times real estate agents, what we tend to do is we tend to fall off and we tend to forget about our past clients and we don't stay in front of them. And then lo and behold, you look on Facebook, they have moved to another state and they did not use you as their agent. Now, this is a lot of where my meat and potatoes come in my business. So I want you to hop on in comments. If you want me to do more content where I'm talking specifically on how to really nurture and love on your sphere of influence and your past clients, go ahead and tell me there. And I'm going to make sure that I am sharing with you exactly what I'm doing in my business every year to continue to get these referrals and to continue to get these listing leads from the people that we have already served. Here's number 4. Host the open houses. Now, I'm going to link to a video that I did last week where I shared with you the reasons why I feel like open houses are the #1 lead generation strategy in 2024. In short, the more that you get out in front of the people, and obviously if someone is coming to an open house, they are looking, they are interested. I just had an open house last week where somebody came to the open house, they are interested in buying, but guess what? They're interested in selling their home, right? So I have a follow-up call scheduled with them after they speak to a lender to figure out what makes the most sense. Can they purchase this new house before they sell theirs, or is it going to make more sense for them to sell their house? So don't just think about open houses as a way to attract buyers, because it definitely is, but it is also a way to attract sellers, right? Because neighbors come to open houses. You have people who are looking to transition from their first home or their second home to a different home or downsize. A lot of people are starting their searches at open houses, and for a couple of hours each day or every weekend, however often you're going to do it, you are literally getting people walking in the door that are raising their hands to say, you know what, I am super curious, and it is a great way to fill your listing pipeline. All right, and here is the last tip. When you are looking to fill your listing pipeline fast, listen, go to garage sales. I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. A lot of times when people are kicking around the idea of should they sell, should they stay, the very first thing that they start to do is they start to declutter. They start to get rid of the things that they aren't going to want to take with them in their next chapter. Going to garage sales, asking about the neighborhood, getting to know the people at the sales. Trust me, you will be surprised how many of those folks at the garage sales are actually starting the ball, getting it rolling to decide if they are going to sell their home. And I know what you're thinking. Well, if they're having a garage sale, then does that mean that they have an agent? Maybe. And maybe not, right? Maybe they do have an agent that they've been in conversations with, but they haven't signed a listing agreement yet. And lo and behold, they meet you, the amazing, wonderful, bubbly real estate bestie who has all of the market knowledge and is so professional, and that comes and just shares with them different things about the selling process that maybe that other agent hasn't demonstrated that same level of value. So making some time where you get to scour, look, you might find some cool stuff at the garage sales, but even more importantly, you actually might find your next listing. So I want you to check it out. Okay, bestie, I hope that this was helpful for you as you are just really thinking through how to fill your listing pipeline now. And you know what? I said it at the beginning of this video. My goal is to help you build not only a business, but a life that you love. So if you want to hop on a call with me and we can just explore what coaching and working together would look like, I would love that more than anything. Head on over to rosemarylewis.com/call and you will be able to book a call with yours truly, and we can talk through exactly where you are and, more importantly, where you want to go and how we'll get you there. Talk to you soon, bestie.